I was very struck by the whole thing of we went to a staff meeting and they told us either we have to resign or return. That's what they said.
Shame!
I'm disgusted at that, and I think that's very heartless that they would do something like that. And me personally, I take care of my parents. One of my parents, you know, my mom, she actually is a breast cancer survivor. My dad, he recently had, you know, heart surgery. So I am very, very concerned. That's why I'm here. I'm very concerned about the health, my parents' health, who I love very much. And I am concerned about the health of all my colleagues at, you know, where I work and everybody here. So that's why I'm here, and I think we should only return when it's safe. Only when it's safe. Only when it's safe. Thank you.
Only when it's safe!
Only when it's safe!
We got it, yeah. That's support from the cars, that's right.
Our next speaker is Jacqueline Gaskin.
From Charles Herbert Flowers. Woo! Jamaica, good afternoon.
Safe. The definition means not to expose you to danger. For the sake of our health, are we safe when we go back into the schools? No! How many have been 100% healthy in the past year as we taught from the living rooms of our homes?
Right here, no allergies.
But now we are being sent back into those trenches, into those buildings. Are we safe?
No.
Will we remain healthy? No. We can rise, but at what cost? You need unified communication and then advocate for the needs of your individual schools. You can shoot for the stars, and any game between the stars and the ground is a win for the battle. But the war continues. We must communicate all the issues. We can't let up. Some changes are good, but we are a long way from being comfortable. Are we safe when we go back too soon? No! Only when it's safe.
Only when it's safe.
Thank you.
Only when it's safe.
Only when it's safe.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My story is a little bit short, but it's very important. Well, in my case, I'm already infected with the beginning with the virus, and it's very hard. Almost I feel and die. So I say, I love my children, and the children is the future for this world. So I not send my children to the school when they open, assume it's like 100%, always when it be safe. And I know it's very hard for everybody, especially for the father. Especially for the father, because sometimes we don't know about the system, like computers and all the programs. It's very hard for the teachers. But in my case, I would like to wait when we got like 100% all this coronavirus is down. This is, we don't know when. So, but that's just a little bit story, but I think it's really important.
All right.
Okay, so, and I do my best for my kid, and that's the more important for me. Thank you, that's everything.
All right. Only when it's safe.
Okay, en español, well, segunda lengua, right? Español. So, en español, es una historia acerca de mi vida. Fui infectado por el coronavirus al principio, muy fuerte y muy duro de pasarlo. Muchos los pasamos, muchos nos vamos. Pero en mi situación acerca de mi hija, yo prefería esperar a que esta situación del coronavirus esté un poco, like 99% o 90% segura. Mientras tanto, yo prefiero que mi hija continúe en la casa ayudándole yo a ella a sus clases, y pues si no hay opción y dicen que tienen que regresar, yo prefiero que mi hija pierda su grado pero no la mando. Eso sería todo. Muchas gracias.
I can honestly say as a senior, I will not be returning to in hybrid learning or in-person learning in school. I have countless family members who have contracted the virus, and thank God they have all survived. Same with friends from my school. And every time I think about that, it hurts and tugs at my heartstrings. So my question is, what about when we go back to school, the students and friends I have that won't, that are students and friends I have that can't, even as students where we can't get the vaccine yet, where we're not the priority for the vaccine yet, especially when we do become the priority for the vaccine. Most freshmen, when you won't be able to get the vaccine unless you're 16 years old. Most freshmen come into high school at 14, 15. So what about them? Coming into school it could unknowingly have the virus and give it to countless classmates, countless peers, their teachers, and then bring all of it back home. What are we going to do when we have to move around? We have to move around the school, because it's not going to stay in one area. It won't stay inside that one classroom. It will travel. Because for me, it's not just because of me. I'm worried about I'm not going back because I'm worried about the sake of everyone. I'm worried about myself and my family. But I'm worried about my friends, my peers, my teachers, our administrators, our principal. I'm worried about all of us, because I know it is not safe for us to be back in that building yet. I know that as a senior, we are considered more expensive, and that they need us back in school because of how much we cost them. But that is not a reason to put all of us in jeopardy.
16,000.
Put our safety on a whim. Our safety on a whim. All because of expenses due to the school. Not to mention with most of our schools being older than a lot of others. What about the schools that can't social distance their desks? What about the schools that don't have room for more students? And what are they going to do about class sizes if one entire class suggests to come back? I know I have a class with 30 plus students, so what happens if we all chose to come back? How are we going to space out 30 plus students in a classroom that can fit barely 20? I don't believe that it's safe for us to come back, which is why I will not be coming back, and I don't believe any students should be going back as well. Only one is safe.
Only one is safe.
Only one is safe.
Only one is safe.
Only one is safe. Thank you.
What is safe?
All right, good afternoon, parents, teachers, staff, faculty. I'm here and I'm not sending my child back to school. She will continue virtual. I have a plea. I'm here with my teacher partner who together we've been overly committed, including engagement with our parents, which is amazing to see each and every single one of you out here. Parent involvement has been one of the biggest things that we've needed. Our voices need to be heard. Our kids need to go into an environment where it's safe, where any tests and any examinations that have been done with our schools to be released out to the parents, that way we can make a more informative decision about sending our kids back to school. If you guys have been in multiple schools within our county, they have been overpopulated beforehand. Now we're trying to send back some of these students, and guess what? The overpopulation is still going to be there. If you're out in the public, you're going to work, you're still not safe from everything that's going on. So for that, open schools only when it's safe.
I am excited to be a student here, but not in this building at this time. COVID is relentlessly ravaging this area. The COVID vaccine for kids of my age has not been released yet. There are kids younger than me who have died from COVID. Students are not invincible to this. How is that being accounted for? Kids are getting COVID and there is no vaccine for us. So how can you send us back into school buildings that are not equipped? How is that factored into the matrix? How can you keep us safe? I love my teachers and I appreciate what they do for me, but they are scared. I am scared and my classmates are scared. If both teachers and students are at risk, why gather us en masse with buildings that have no HVAC? And I think of my classmates who may have things like asthma and how this puts them at even higher risk. So why are we putting them at higher risk? Why are we pushing for this? Why are we putting the small number of students returning at risk? We need to strengthen the scaffolding that online learning is and prepare for the next school year. Only around 200 students are returning. Shouldn't that say something? And we need to wake up. As a community, we are splitting ourselves apart by putting a controversy between us. We need all hands on deck to make our community and our schools safe first. We shouldn't be forcing parents to make this decision. We need to instead strengthen the scaffolding that online learning is. Only when it is safe. Only when it's safe. Only when it's safe. Thank you very much.
For me, no more auction block for you. No more auction block for me. No more auction block for you. No more auction block for me. No more auction block for you. No more auction block for me. No more auction block for you. When people try to stop you, say hell no, hell no. Say hell no, say hell no, hell no. Say hell no, you won't stop our flow. When people try to stop you, say hell no, hell no.
I have to say thank you for everyone that came out today. And the sad part of this reality is that the reality is simple. They have already won. We are already defeated. We have already given up. And the lack of presence from the community shows that they have been beat, that they are afraid. And tomorrow they have to face a terrible time. I'm a teacher. And I am back at school without hesitation because I do it for the students. I don't hesitate. People call me a hypocrite. Do I want to go back to school? No. Do I have to go back? Yes. Not for me, but for the children. Do we want to go back? No. And they hold things over your head.
Yes.
I don't understand what we have to go through as educators to make this happen.
Absolutely.
We are given demands and instructions from day one. And the disrespect towards teachers,
Preach.
I will not tolerate any longer.
Yes,
We are
absolutely
there.
not.
We show up. Despite death, illness, we're still there.
Absolutely.
Only when it's safe.
Only when it's safe.
We know the buildings were not safe prior to COVID. We know that the school system was questioning. We know
Preach.
that when something is going to change, the first thing they attack is the school system.
Yes.
The children.
Teacher.
The parents. We have been on lockdown for an entire year. And I'm sorry to the community leaders. Where were you in that entire year when we were trapped in our community? What services will provide us to heal us mentally, of loved ones. People are afraid to leave their homes, go to the grocery store. They've been with their family for an entire year. Teachers have children and they have parents. And now they have to be ripped away from your children and they have to make decisions. But at the end of the day, we live in Prince George's County where the taxes are high. The land taxes, everything is high.
Shame.
We have to work. If we don't work, we don't eat. We can barely eat because we live in a food desert. But the teachers, are we afraid? Yes. Are we scared? Yes. Do we think this is fair? No. Do we have a say-so?
No.
Do we have a choice? No.
Yes.
We were not.
Yes.
But we do have a choice. Some of us have not returned to work, and I applaud them. Some of them have done things, and I applaud them. However, those students and teachers who have to come back to March, they're changing the schedule, they have to modify. It is going to be wide. Make sure that we have lights on, disinfectant, make sure it's clean. Only when it's safe.
Only when it's safe.
Hi everyone, I'm Amity Pope, the other co-founder of PG Changemakers. Again, I thank you all for being here, and I have the accountability of introducing each of our speakers before us. But before I do that, I just want to ramble off a little bit of information that many of my colleagues, teachers, educators in this space and abroad or watching online will resonate with. Differentiation, say it with me. Differentiation. Differentiation. Equality. Equality. Fair. Fair. Equity. Equity. So I had a conversation with a friend in a school district, and the conversation went a little like this. Amity, Prince George's County has been the last county to get back or be called back into the building. And I said, okay. And he said, it's not fair. And I said, why should it be? We know this county as one of the most unique counties in the state of Maryland, yes?
Yes.
We have a very rich population with several golf courses and entertainment statuses where you have to have a certain card or membership to get in. And right down the street, across the corner, we have subsidized housing and food deserts. Prince George's County is the unique county it is. And for that reason, like educators in the classroom, we differentiate to meet the needs of our students. Well, we're asking for differentiation here. Yeah. Fair and equal is not equity. Say it with me. Fair and equal is not equity. Fair and equal is not equity. Fair and equal is not equity. So I want to go ahead and introduce our first speaker.
We also have an issue with people even with the limited amount of educators who have returned and staff. Crossland, Francis Fuchs, I can go on and name schools where there have been COVID outbreaks already. Shame, shame, shame.
Shame, shame, shame.
It's just not safe right now.
No, it's not.
It's not safe. And then when you add on top of that there are inadequate amount of nurses to even cover the schools, who's going to do the testing that the CDC says they should be doing? Because the CDC says they should be testing. Okay, who's going to do it? Oh, use the Frontline app. Use the app if you don't feel good. If you come through a community where there's been a high incidence of COVID, hell, we live in a community with a high incidence of COVID. So does that mean nobody comes to school? I guess so. Shame, shame, shame.
Shame, shame, shame.
Social distancing. I want to see this happen in middle school and high school in the springtime. I want to see it.
Elementary as well.
The SAP is rising. How you going to keep that little boy away from that little girl? Or, you know, I'm an ally. I don't care who you with. Right?
That's right.
But that's a problem. Social distancing is a problem.
And she worked for years in this county trying to put food on the table. She takes care of 2 children. Day and night, she goes out, sometimes at nighttime, just to get food. Now, we are in a pandemic, as I'm sure we all know. That's why we're sitting here masked on and everything. And it occurred to me that I'm going to have to go back to school sometime soon. Now, we're given the choice, but my mother was not given the choice. So she goes to school, otherwise she doesn't get a paycheck, and she deals with maybe students coming in tomorrow, week after next, and she's gonna have to deal with all that. As we heard, my mother was given no choice. Now, if she came home with the virus, possibly gave it to my little brother, who is, 8 years old. No, I'm sorry, he's 7 years old. Gave it to my little brother, he gets sick. What's gonna happen to him? Now, if he were to die, God forbid, would that be murder? It'd be some form of killing.
Absolutely.
It is ridiculous that first we must deal with the SROs. Coming to school, blatantly terrorizing children. Then we must come home to a food desert. No food around, we got basically nothing around. We have to scavenge for food. And then on top of that, you have to deal with the actual police officers. And then you have to deal with the school board who won't do anything about it. And the CEO who says you must come to school or you're getting fired.
Wow,
You're
yeah.
given no choice.
No choice.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame, shame.
It occurred to me that we live in a free society. If it's free, then why are we not given the choice to do what we please?
Modern slavery.
Modern slavery. The brutality and killing of local school teachers is not going to go unnoticed because they matter. Students matter. Students matter. And we're not going to take this and tolerate it anymore.
Students matter.
We're not only demanding that my mother is given a choice to come back, we're also demanding for equity in our schools. We need vaccines. We need proper ventilation. Otherwise, we're not going back in that school. It's as simple as that. And you must stand up and fight for what is right. Because if you don't, they believe that they can just do whatever you want with your body. Because it is your body, and you do what you please with yourself.
Yes.
So if it is truly a free society, then it is our job to treat it as such. Because we know they're not going to do anything about it. Students will walk in this building next week. We're not going to social distance, let's be honest, not going to do that. So close together, then they'll go come home. Grandma's going to get sick, and then what happens after that? Oops, we're sorry, don't come to school next week. How about that? That's ridiculous. And it should never happen, and especially PG County, a majority-minority county. And it's a shame that it happens here. Run by people who look just like me, but don't act for me.
Yes.
So we will do our best to fight this cruel nonsense and put it to rest. Because otherwise, he is not going to be elected next year. As simple as that. If you don't need a job if you don't work for us. As the mayor said, politics is not about what I'm doing this. It's about public service.
Yes.
So serve me, and I'm not serving you. Simple as that. Thank you very much.
It's a young man. He walked to the
Agitate.
top of the steps.
Agitate.
He turned around and he said, agitate,
Agitate.
agitate,
Agitate.
agitate,
Agitate.
agitate. So I
Agitate.
say to you, agitate.
Agitate.
Agitate for change. Agitate for change because change is here. And if you agitate for change, you will get the change you deserve. So agitate. Thank you.
Hey, so I am a parent and I'm a teacher here in Greenbelt. And my children, they would love to safely return back to school, even in the hybrid model. Even in the hybrid model. And as a teacher, I would love to have 100% of my children back in the classroom. That would be the dream. That would be the dream, right? But for the first time since the start of the pandemic, we're seeing the largest number of new COVID cases in children between ages of 10 and 19. That is the reality. That is the reality. Children are unvaccinated, and the more contagious B117 variant is now being seen in 50% of the cases. And this is fueling the fourth surge. That is the reality. That is the reality that we're not talking about. Okay? We are so close. And if we continue down this path, we know what's going to happen next. We know what's going to happen next. We have a surge, and then the hospitalizations, and then the deaths. And now the kids are bringing home the cases to their parents. Working with the community, creating equity learning labs, and compensating teachers would be the educational reform that this county needs. Instead, they're continuing to exploit the teachers.
Shame.
That is why us teachers have been working 10 to 14 hours a day, all pandemic, and working the weekends. Teachers are going above and beyond.
Yes, they are. We never stop
Above and
teaching.
beyond. Always. Teachers have been exploited.
Yes.
We've been beaten down.
Absolutely.
We've been worked to the bone. Yes. We've grown tired and weary. So many teachers are burnt out and they are leaving the profession.
Absolutely.
But don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave.
I'm gone.
Organize.
Organize.
Don't agonize.
Organize.
Don't agonize.
Organize.
Don't agonize.
Agitate.
Agitate. Agitate by any means necessary.
Yes.
For years, we've had our rights and our union chipped away. We lost the right to strike. Yeah. Soon.
Girl, I got
We lost the right
PTSD.
to strike. Too many schools do not have an FAC. When one teacher asks for something, one teacher alone has to beg.
Yes.
They have to beg. But when we come together, we're a union.
That's
and
what you
we can
did.
Bargain. We can bargain. That's what a union can do.
Yes, negotiate.
We can bargain. We need to get the power back. We need to get the power back. We need to rise up. We need to get our union's power back. This is a global pandemic and we are all in this together. We're all in this together. This rally was organized by the community.
Yes, community.
That's right.
Concerned students, parents, and educators against pandemic denial. We organized with PG Changemakers.
Woo!
Yay.
We organized with Greenbelt.
Greenbelt.
We organized with IWW.
RWW.
We organized with PLP. We organized with Parkdale High School. We organized with Montgomery County. We organized with Baltimore County. We organized with PGCEA.
Yes.
The stakes are too high. We need to come together. This is a call to action. At every school, we will support you. We need to support each other across the county. We need to have each other's back. We are PGCEA. We are not backing down. We are not backing down. We are not backing down. No, we're not. No, we're not. We will support every union in Maryland. Teresa is going to the state. Donna Christie, she's our next president. And we filed our grievances. We all wrote our senators. We wrote our delegates. We wrote our school boards. We wrote Monica Goldson. We all wrote those letters. And we'll keep writing those letters. But at a certain point, it's become a treadmill of grievances. At PG County, we know when we've been ignored. PG County, we know when we've been exploited. For too long. We can read the writing on the wall. We are taking this to the streets. We can do this every day if we have to. We can do this in every school. Only when it's safe.
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 We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
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 Thank you all.
Yes, we're excellent. We all have unity, unity, unity. We all have unity, freedom at last. We all have unity, unity, unity. We all have unity, freedom at last. Freedom at last.
Teachers' lives matter. We deserve more. We deserve more. Teachers' lives matter. Teachers' lives matter. We deserve more. 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 Family lives matter. Family lives matter. Only when it's safe. Only when it's safe. Equality is not equity. 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 Equality